I still rip the dolls' heads off on stage, so it's still a fun show.
All right, yay. I can still do that.
I love the way it's happening.
I have a big knife in there.
I have a crossbow too for that show.
Oh,
so.
Whoa! All right, we're really getting.
I've got all the weapons.
Jeez.
Either people are really into it or they're really scared, or maybe they're both. I don't know.
I'll just stand on the backside when you start. I'm Thom Naylor. Hanging out with porn stars and showgirls is fucking awesome. But how much do we really know about them? Join me on the Side Piece podcast where we sit down with them and hear some of the craziest stories from inside the industry. I look forward to seeing you, and follow me on the Side Piece podcast. All right, welcome to the Side Piece podcast. My guest this time is going to be the one and only Phires. Phoenix, how are you?
Good, thank you for having me.
Everything good?
Yes, everything is good.
How was your trip into the big city, DC?
My trip was lovely.
I heard it was a big fucking mess.
A mess?
Your luggage and...
Oh, yeah, my luggage. That's right. I'm like thinking already about last week. My luggage took an hour to get to me. Yeah.
Well, it made national news. That's why I didn't come to get you, because I could see from my place the traffic kept getting halted and stopped. And I thought, you know what, it's going to be easy. If I call you an Uber, you're probably going to be sitting there forever. And I thought, well, if you just call an Uber, you'll probably get out of there faster, and you still didn't get out fast.
Yeah, we sat in that Uber for like 30 minutes.
And he was probably happy.
Just parked in front of the airport.
Did you at least have a happy guy?
Yeah, he was nice. He talked to me.
Good.
Yeah, he knew what was up with. There was like the convention that's in town.
Yeah, there's a police officer convention, and then also there was a lot of probably important people of some sort, or to certain people. They had a lot of police motorcades today, shutting down the roads. So I'm not sure if that was political or if that was part of the...
Yeah, I got off, I didn't know about it until you told me, but I got off the plane and like there was just like lines of policemen, and I was like, what's happening?
The police state.
I was like, is the airport shutting down?
That's the way it was when our last president was here, but that's not the way it's been lately.
Yeah.
So tell me, you are a showgirl. What is the distinction of showgirl? I mean, usually I try to book two different types, porn stars or adult film stars, and then showgirls, just to kind of even the balance.
Okay.
So tell me about a showgirl's life.
A showgirl's life. We put on very intricate shows.
Yeah.
Typically our shows have some sort of theme to them. We have like really elaborate costumes, and we usually do a variety of things. So I know like some girls are really good at pole. I specialize in fire eating, fire breathing, fire play, and I do a lot of aerials. So
now explain to me what the aerials are. Is that silk performance? Is that
I train on silks and trapeze, and I do a little bit of pole, but silks is my specialty.
Okay.
I spent like 7 years teaching aerial silks, so that's really where I like to be.
Yeah, I've played on silks before at Blush. I put them up, and then
yes,
they were not easy. I had rub burn.
Yeah, that does happen.
And that was not good rub burn.
Yeah,
Usually I just get that on my knees.
I have to wear stockings when I do them in the clubs just because I avoid the rug burn.
So tell me about what made you decide to get into aerial performances.
There was a class that came up in my area when I was living in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I kind of went on a whim and took a class and fell in love with it. I was like, this is way better than pole.
Oh, yeah.
I just liked it a lot more. I like that the fabric kind of conforms to you rather than like you having to conform to the pole.
Now, were you afraid, or did you kind of have no fears, just kind of...
Early 20s, like... fearless about everything.
Yeah.
You have no fear at that age, and then you get a little bit older and you're like, oh, some of that stuff was maybe a little sketchy, but
that's it.
You have no fear.
Yeah, I always wonder myself, because when I played with them, I thought, that could be very dangerous very quickly. Mm-hmm. Some of those roles.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell me too, when you're performing, what's your go-to move? Like what identifies Phoenix Phires
on the fabrics?
Silks? Yeah.
I do this one move called the Monty.
Oh.
Where like you pull the fabric, your feet basically go up behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say, so we should look for the Monty tonight.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. I don't know if we have enough room. I have to check
Yeah,
out the
we'll
stage.
scope out the
It
stage.
makes a difference how much height you have to work with. It makes a difference on what kind of moves that you can do.
Okay.
So the more height, the more variety of things.
Now, a small segue. You have a whole entourage here of sexy ladies.
Yes.
This is your Maryland crew or Maryland
Yes,
posse?
yes.
Okay. We'll see how they fare tonight. I see some of them are tattooed up.
Yeah.
Others have, some exposure clothing-wise.
Yes.
We might get them to reveal some body parts for us. I don't know.
Yeah. They're my Maryland
We might have to
friends.
pan over there. Are you ladies prepared over there? Yeah. Okay. We might call on you. It's
Pop
your
quiz.
Yeah, your foray into stripperdom. There's no shame in it.
Yeah, a lot
Hey.
of them have taken aerial classes with me.
Oh.
I think all of you have.
Oh,
actually.
so you're all kind of students.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, good. We have some nice amateurs. All right,
Yes.
I'm ready. So I heard Lafayette, Louisiana. So I understand you're from New Orleans originally?
Yeah, so I was born in New Orleans. I kind of grew up in New Iberia / Lafayette area, so it's
Okay.
about 2 hours from New Orleans. And then I randomly moved to Maryland for about 6 years. I moved up here with an ex.
Yeah.
And then we did the Maryland thing, and then we broke up, and I was like, I'm going to move home. So
Did Maryland cause the split up, or was it just him?
No, it was just him. They can tell you. They'll vouch.
Yeah, see? All right.
Yeah.
So you stuck it out long enough.
I did. I love Maryland, but I wanted to get home and be close to family and
Yeah. Now, did you live in New Orleans itself for a while, or?
I did not really get to experience New Orleans in its full glory until now. So.
Jeez, I experienced it in its full glory.
Yes.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a whiff
can
of
be.
trash and I get a little homesick for it, or
Yes.
hot garbage.
Yeah, hot garbage.
So then I start to feel
Smells
like
of Bourbon Street.
yeah. I remember one time when I was living there, the Super Bowl was coming, and Disney had. Pardon me, that's just my husband. He always seems to call when I'm doing the podcast, and I have to remind him, like, I don't know how many fucking times we go through this.
Let's put him
Yeah.
on. Call a friend.
Yeah, they had come and they had dropped sewer tablets into all the drains, and the whole city smelled like a floral paradise for like 3 days, and people were like, where the fuck are we?
Yeah.
Like, it
that's
doesn't smell
weird.
right. And it was like, it's been Disney-fied. So
That's
you could not smell
interesting.
garbage.
Funny.
So tell me, you as a showgirl, have you ever thought, since you perform in the adult club industry,
Mm-hmm.
and I know you've been asked probably numerous times, have you ever had thoughts of going into the adult industry as far as like filming or adult performing, and sex work?
I mean, obviously it comes up a lot, but it's not something I've ever wanted to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is there a specific reason, or you think you're just more suited to what you do?
I just really like what I do. I like
Yeah.
performing. Like, when I first started dancing, like, that was the thing. Like, I loved being on stage.
Yeah.
And that was kind of how I got started.
I guess my question was going to be really, do you feel pressure from a lot of people or club owners that say, like, well, why don't you do
No,
this?
not really,
good.
surprisingly. Yeah.
Yeah, because I always wondered about that, if
Yeah.
there's
I've never.
subtle pressure.
And I've actually been asked. I actually got asked this question like a week or two ago about like working with photographers who heavily do a lot of like porn work. Do I ever feel pressure from them? Like, you should do this. You should. But actually, I really like have never felt that.
So they're
either.
respectful.
Yeah, they're very
That's cool
respectful.
then.
Like, yeah, this is just what I do, and.
I had a feeling that they know what they're, who they're with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're professional. I think a lot of people forget that in our industry that we are professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously, it's like all professions. There are some people
Right.
that we
A few bad
don't
bits.
want, but I think in general we show respect for everyone.
Yeah.
So you, in filming, we talked a little bit earlier backstage a little bit about like OnlyFans
Mm-hmm.
and something I'm not familiar with, which maybe I need to familiarize myself. Clipper
Clapper.
or Clapper. See, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I think I had the clap, but not
the
clap.
same.
Not a clapper. So tell me about the two of them.
So Honestly, everyone keeps asking me about OnlyFans, and I just don't know how to use the platform.
We
I know
can show you.
Good.
Right, ladies?
A lot of features recently have started using like Clapper and OnlyFans just to like promote their shows, and we post clips of like what we do. And I actually had somebody walk me through like how to use Clapper, which from what I understand is very much like OnlyFans. You get on and like you can go live and people can tip you, and mostly I do pull tricks in my living room and just like do whatever. I strip or I dance, and guys get on, they can talk to me and tip me. And
that's interesting. I'll definitely look at Clapper later and see what's going on there. I'm sure I'll find some interesting material. Now that I've got the name right too.
Yes.
I'll be searching in our Clipper.
The clap.
The clap.
You don't want to Google search the clap.
Yeah, no. I know enough about it now. It's just a lengthy shot process and a lot of repeat visits.
Oh no.
So, and I do have, what is it, Camp Fuel. Don't let me forget that to get that for you.
Yes, please.
One of your
important
other feature performers left some behind.
Okay, good. So I love coming to clubs that have a stockpile of things I need.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me about Fire performance. Do you get to perform in a lot of venues, or are there restrictions that apply to a lot of it? Or do people just kind of say, okay, well, it's 10 minutes, just kind of...
Yeah, it's, so far, like, everyone has pretty much let me do Fire. I know, like, a lot of the pony clubs, there's no Fire allowed.
Yeah.
But I know people.
Yes, people.
I know people. So, like, I had a couple of conversations and was like, hey, like, you've seen me perform, I've been doing Fire 12 years, like... And so I've been allowed as the exception to the rule in a few of those clubs. So
no, that's good then. I always wondered if people just let you slide, because I know that we tend to let it go real quick, and then we tell you, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
After.
Very safe, I promise.
I'm going through my notes with you because I had to do like a quick rundown with you, just so I knew where we were. I see you have extensive costumes and different props. So tell me about that and the origins of them and where you get your ideas.
All of them? Okay. I think I have like 9 running shows that I do.
Yeah.
I have 4 favorites that I'm like currently traveling with. So the Phoenix, obviously, because it's in my name. So I had to do the Phoenix show.
So segue. Tell me, where did you get the name?
Ah, yes. Phoenix. So I originally picked Phoenix, a really big comic book fan. Jean Grey from the X-Men was Phoenix. So I picked Phoenix. That was my dancer name. And then when I started featuring, I had to come up with the last name. So following along the lines of comic books, alliteration is very common. Peter Parker, Pepper Potts. So I wanted my name to have the same letters. So I picked Phires because I do fire, but I had to stick with the PH to keep it.
Yeah, no, it works. That's perfect. I wondered. Now, you said something else in there, and I didn't know this. You were a house dancer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
cool.
where it all started, I was...
And then we'll go back to the props. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was a cocktail waitress at Michael's Men's Club, and I came into work one night, and they didn't have any dancers. And I'd been working there for a little while, and Michael said to me, like, hey, we don't have any dancers. Do you want to try to dance? And I was like, sure, why not? It was empty. Like, it was a slow, like, Tuesday. I don't know. So I just, like, got on stage, and I was already, like, I was a belly dancer outside of my job. I, like, already was doing fire, so, like, loved performing already.
Yeah.
So I got on stage, and then I made a lot of money, and I was like, this is cool.
That usually does it.
And then being that I had so many, like, outside things that I did, like fire and belly dancing and stuff, I love being on stage. Every time I would get on stage, I started bringing those things into the club with me. I'd be like, Michael, is it okay if I do this? And he's like, I don't care. And then one day, Christina Aguchi.
Oh, my God. There's a...
came into the club.
Love
and
her.
She saw me on stage, and she was like, you should be a feature. And I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
And she started training with me and, like, prepping me. And then I went up to a competition all the way in Wisconsin, and I won.
Jeez.
And so it just kind of escalated.
That's pretty cool. So that goes back a while then with Christina.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because she was one of, if she wasn't the first performer I met, she was the second.
Yeah.
And she definitely, put performing in a different light for me.
Yes, she did.
So she was very professional.
Yes.
And I'm sure you can guess who the second one was.
Was it Lacey Rain?
There you go.
Yeah.
There was the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to think she was going to break her pussy on the stage. She would do dead drops into like a split
there was
from
one
like 5
time,
feet.
So it was me, Christina, Lacey, and you remember Simone Dana.
Oh yeah, she's a good friend.
The four of us like got booked at
That's where I first met you.
Cafe Royale.
That's how long we've known each other.
Yeah.
Then. That's a while.
I
was trying to place how and when we had met. That was the grouping of you guys.
Mm-hmm. That was a crazy
Christina
weekend.
got pregnant, and that was kind of the end. She had taken a break, and then I don't know what's happened since.
Yeah, she's still in New Orleans.
I saw her in New Orleans the last time, and that was it. That was the last time.
She is running a bunch of like beauty salons, nail salons. Like she's got a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Good for her. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were a house girl, and then you made lots of money, and that's kind of the way it is here. I tell girls that are waitresses, you're just one room away from being a dancer.
Yeah.
Because usually they'll work all night, and a dancer will come up here and come back down and say, well, I just made this much money. And they're like holding their tray. They're like, fuck this.
Yeah. Seriously.
These babies need to come out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And you never looked back.
No.
Oh, good.
I took a little break in there, but I came back.
Good.
Came back around.
So your costumes and your props, let's go back there.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me about those. So you have your 4 shows that you're running.
Mm-hmm. They're just my favorites. I have more shows.
Now, do you make your own props or?
Yes. The most recent one that I made was I built a guillotine.
I saw that. Yeah. Jane. Okay. That's right up Shane's alley.
I wasn't able to fly with it. I got to figure out how to make it collapsible for planes. But it's a fun prop.
Yeah, it looked fun.
Yeah. I chopped off dolls' heads on stage.
I have a couple dancers who can do that too. They're downstairs waiting.
So my show that I do that with is Wednesday Addams, and I do the Wednesday dance.
Oh.
I really wanted to do a Wednesday show, and I was trying to just add a bunch of stuff to it, and I was like, what does Wednesday do in the show? And the original is yeah, we're gonna mutilate some dolls. How can I do this?
Yeah, perfect. No, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you were bringing it up, but then I thought, well,
I gotta work on making it so that it collapses into a suitcase. It's not there yet.
All right, we'll be ready for your next time then.
Yeah. For the one right now is the prototype.
Well, that was going to be the question I had: is what stuff you're working on now, and so that's definitely one you're working on to perfect it completely.
Correct.
Great.
Yes. I still rip the dolls' heads off on stage, so it's still a fun show.
All right, you can still do that.
I know where it's coming.
I love the way it's happening.
I have a big knife in there.
I have a crossbow too for that show.
Oh.
So.
Whoa. All right, we're really getting
I've got all the weapons.
Jeez.
Either people are really into it or they're really scared. Or maybe they're both. I don't know.
I'll just stand on the backside when you start. Yeah. Anytime people get anything out with a dart, I get nervous. I got stuck when I was younger. A friend of mine, I stood in front of a dartboard and I said, nobody throw anything. And the next thing I didn't feel it hit me. What I felt was it dangling.
Oh no!
And I kept thinking what's under my arm? And I looked down, there was a big dart hanging out. And I was like, you motherfuckers threw a dart. But yeah, so darts. Yeah, I'll keep my distance from you.
Okay.
Your music selection. Do you lean towards one particular style of music or?
I like EDM and I like rock.
Okay.
It's easiest for me to dance to. And then I try to focus my shows around the theme. So I might start with something very on theme and then vary away from it and then come back full circle. Hey, yeah, this is still the theme of the show.
Just to keep energy up and perfect. What was I going to ask you next? Oh, so my next question too. Straight or bi?
Bi.
Oh, I had a feeling. How bi?
Currently very single, so
judging
trying
from your hair,
all the
it's
flavors.
looking more like real bi. No, I'm kidding. No,
I think it was redder than this the last time you saw me.
Yeah, it was.
It was
yeah,
very, very red.
Because I saw you in Vegas the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Yeah.
And it was short because I caught you kind of at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone was so busy, and then, I don't know, I was having a hell of a time just staying awake. Everybody had me out until late hours.
Always.
So tell me, too, what's going on next for you? What do you have planned?
In the upcoming weeks?
Yeah.
I'm going to the Pony Club next weekend.
No fire.
I called Jerry and I was like, I'm going to Indiana. And he was like, I will say yes, but I want you to look at the stage before you commit to that. Because apparently he has low ceilings, so he's concerned.
Yeah.
But he trusts me enough to make that call. So I said, okay, I would at least look at it. But
Yeah. Now, did you go out today with your friends just to
yes.
kind of look around
Yeah,
and have some fun?
we went to dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere fun or no?
The Italian place. I forgot what it was called. Something we can't pronounce.
Which one did you go to?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like right around the corner from the hotel.
Oh, okay, not bad.
Yeah.
All right. Did you walk around to the White House or anything?
No, not yet. That might be a
Ladies, what are you
tomorrow
doing?
adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You have tomorrow.
Yeah.
Since we got this out of the way, you
I
have all
love
day
that
tomorrow.
this is like within walking distance of everything. Like this, of all the places I've gotten to feature at, like this is so cool that like the hotel is right next to the club. I can like walk to any of the things in town. Like this
It's
is such
very
a
safe
neat.
during the day. DC is always interesting at night.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you that. You can just watch the national news.
Yes. Yeah. It's just really neat being so close to things because that's not always the case when we feature sometimes. where-
Yeah. And until recently, and I used to book everyone at a different hotel that was a little more burlesque looking and a little more interesting that kind of fit
Okay.
with the theme of the club. But they did a massive renovation
Oh, gotcha.
and during COVID, and it really doesn't make any
Right.
sense now to have you guys there. So this is more convenient.
Right.
And it's better too because at the end of the night you can just go crash
Yeah.
immediately, and I don't have to drive you somewhere.
Right, like it's right there.
Usually I'm
I
driving
didn't
people
realize
everywhere.
how incredibly. I don't know how I missed it coming in, but I'm like, I need to drive there. They called you earlier, like.
Well, that's what I was laughing when you said to me, "Where's the club? Like, do we have to drive
I
there?"
don't know how I missed it. I felt
was
so
like,
dumb
Phoenix.
after.
It's like a doorway away.
when we went to go to dinner and I walked downstairs, I was like, I don't know how I missed that. Like, there's my whole face.
With an X on your boob.
Yeah.
That's it. It was great.
My whole ass.
Yeah, speaking about the X, Shane does all of our work.
Okay.
And he sent me all of the copy for you. And we're getting ready to put it all up, and I'm like, Shane, she has a full exposed breast.
Nipple.
Like, we can't really put that out on the
I
front
was wondering
screen.
about that.
And he was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm like, yeah, I never even thought about it. I just looked down. I was like, that's a great picture. Then I'm thinking, like, yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
next I'm going to get a phone call
yeah,
from
on,
somebody.
on Instagram, we've just been putting like little flames over it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. There's a full breast on the screen outside. Okay. I'm always prepared for
Yeah.
something. But you'll see, like tonight, he'll film you, and that'll go on the screens internally.
Oh, cool.
And that's gone over very well. I mean, it seems as though we're one of the only clubs doing it, and it makes me
Mhm.
happy. Is it showcases our dancers, and then it showcases our features, and then it also gives you some material to work with too
Mhm.
later on.
Yeah.
But
Yes. Now that reels are a thing and
yeah, and I'm still
TikTok is
catching
very
on with that.
popular.
That's Shane's job. He just tells me what I need to do next, and then I acquiesce.
Mhm.
So if we need to do a reel, that's what we'll do next.
That's fine.
So a couple last things. Let's talk about Pittsburgh. You were just in Pittsburgh this
Mhm.
past week. You
Yes.
saw all my old employees.
Yes. Yes.
How are they all doing?
They are doing great.
God.
They all spoke highly of you and
Oh,
said they miss you.
Yeah, they miss me all right. No, they're a good group of guys.
Yeah, they
Um,
are.
And my
That was always one of my favorite clubs to go to. Was Blush. Was always
Pittsburgh's
really
a great
nice.
city for that because
Yeah.
they.
Back when it was Blush.
Yeah, I think that it appeals though to people because those blue collar cities, they love shows.
Yeah.
They like the performances. Doesn't matter if it's adult film stars or showgirls.
Yeah.
The clubs get filled for it. Whereas like DC is a little different. There's only 2 of us that have showgirls or
Mhm.
stars, and right now we're kind of like the only one.
Okay.
because you can have nights here that the guys will come in, they don't even really pay attention, they just sit there. And then
Yeah.
other nights they're really into it. And so you just never know here.
Yeah.
It's
hit
a
or
weird
miss.
town. It's a very secretive town too.
That's
So
funny. Full of secrets.
yeah, you might like that part of
You
it.
got lots of secrets to tell.
Do I?
Tell
I don't
us.
know.
Tell
I
us the
don't-
secrets of
I don't know if there's
DC.
any- I don't know if there's any secrets I know. My shit's out. No, just kidding. No,
It's all out there.
I think some of the secrets that are best kept here are the fact of everybody allows everybody to do what they want to do in the city, and nobody really judges each other or calls them out. They're all sort of protective because they know that if they're not protective of one, somebody will call them out on their shit later. Sorry, I have a little hair on my nose that's driving me
Okay.
crazy. Yeah, so they're protective of each other's privacy. So that makes it good.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have people come in, God, excuse me, it's my allergies and they're going crazy.
You're allergic to me.
I'm allergic to you. Keep your legs crossed and we'll be fine. No.
Oh no. Allergic to pussy.
No, I'm not allergic anymore.
Oh no.
I thought I was when I was younger.
Okay.
But
That's funny.
yeah, no, I love the city. I like being here, but I think it's great for the industry because it's, where we're located, right around from the White House. It's like, how can it get any better? We're
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
a
it's
block
cool.
away. And then we have our own notoriety for all different reasons that maybe you read up on. But, the famous Hunter Biden was here.
Oh.
And, people have made big stories out of it that really are not true. But, people are allowed to elaborate. It makes it more fun.
Yeah.
In fact, if you
yeah.
look straight down that back there, that would be the suite that they supposedly
Oh.
had all the activity in, but
Gotcha.
that did not occur.
No.
We were all present for that day.
That's funny.
So, well, Phoenix, what else do you have to tell me? Anything interesting?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Is there any secrets you'd like to tell?
Nope. All my shit's out there too.
Well, I'll tell you.
It's all
I'll be
out
waiting
there.
for your OnlyFans because if that's
Yeah, I
that's
gotta
next
figure out
for
how
you,
to use that.
we will show you.
I need help, guys. I'm on Clapper because somebody literally walked me through Clapper. I was like, what do I do?
Well, we're gonna do it tonight. You're gonna walk
Okay.
me through Clapper.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk you through OnlyFans.
Perfect.
Because I have a lot of friends on OnlyFans.
That's fun.
Which that always makes me think I should get on there somehow because they're all making a lot of money.
Right.
And I'm
Doing
still
like crazy stuff.
I'm still
like
fucking around
girls
doing
just
this.
be like putting their feet in wax and making crazy money.
Yeah, I have friends that just put on underwear and then they
Yeah.
show people and then people buy it and I'm like,
I
I can do that.
had a conversation with Alicia. I forget her last name. She's a feature. She's a newer feature. She's blonde.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay,
Yeah. We were talking about Clapper, and she was saying like the most money she's ever made on Clapper, all she did was like get naked and fold her laundry, and that was like her biggest money making night. And I was like, people just want to see us do weird stuff while we're naked.
I'm gonna try that because I got a shit ton of laundry all the time. I got
real.
time to kill on there. I'll
Like-
just hold a towel every so often. Just put it on the stack.
Yep.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Laundry. You never know what's next.
Seriously.
Well, I'll be looking forward to you doing laundry.
Yes. Naked laundry. Naked
Phoenix.
activities.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Tonight, I'll look forward to your shows.
Yes.
And hopefully you get out around the city tomorrow.
Yeah.
But definitely, I hope you come back. And
I
thanks
hope
for
so
being on the
too.
podcast.
Thank you so much for
All right.
having me.
Be good. I'll see you tonight.
Yes.
Take me to the corner of your eyes.